residents at the Kitchener-Waterloo Art Gallery, Michelle Allard. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Paiman.
And we're here to ask Michelle questions about her thoughts and methods.
So the first question is, what is it about the Kitchener-Waterloo Art Gallery that appealed to you as an artist or inspired you?
Well, it's a community-based gallery that has a strong history of presenting contemporary, cutting-edge work, supporting North American artists, and as well community projects.
Thanks. As an artist, how does it feel to work in an art gallery and show the process of your work rather than displaying it once it is finished?
I think it's very important. There's two sides to my practice. There's a very much a private aspect, I think, that a lot of artists have. And then the public aspect really allows for the community to be involved and to understand a little bit of the life of the artist and the process, in that it's not a hermetic experience, but it's accessible to everyone living.
When in your life did you realize that you wanted to become an artist, and what is it that continues to inspire you with your art?
Well, it's been a process. I think I had always felt an affinity towards the arts, and it's something I felt very comfortable in. It was a language that I felt comfortable with, and an exploration. I'm sorry, what was the second part of that question?
What is it that continues to inspire you as an artist?
I think there's several factors. There's the element of seduction. There's a desire to create a sense of wonder for myself, and a hope that others experience that as well. And no, I completely forgot the question.
That was great.
I had another point that I guess seduction and no, I completely forgot it.
That's okay.
Wow.
You like to seduce your audience.
No, there's more to it. Can you ask me that again?
What is it that, when did you want to become an artist, and what is it that inspires you to keep pursuing it?
To keep pursuing it. I think it's a fascination with process and with the material world, and in how it works within the world of ideas. So there's an exchange between an abstract idea and material, and it's something we engage with all the time. And I think once you have that love of inquiry, it's you're stuck with it.
And the next question is, do you have any hobbies that you do outside of art that sort of leak in and inspire your art as well?
I guess so. I think, like most artists, we're total beings. So we have our families, our work. Oftentimes, work is quite separate. My day job is actually in landscaping. I have a small gardening business. So I feel that in many ways there's a parallel with creating an environment and the manual labor that goes into it. And outside of that, I like to read, I like to dance, I love to travel, I swim quite a bit, and
And in most of your exhibits, you use common materials such as paper or cardboard. What is it about these common, sometimes simple materials that make them so interesting to work with for you?
Well, I use a lot of shipping-related materials and also recyclable materials, things that can be broken down, because I don't want to worry about them. I don't want to feel that it's a precious material that I have to take care of. It's something that can be manipulated and easily worked and yet destroyed at the end of the exhibition. It's something that I can find anywhere, so I can travel, I can do exhibitions and find the materials there, as opposed to transporting it.
So, in your work, who are some of your idols in life that maybe play a part in your work and inspire you to do what you do?
Well, when I think of other artists, there's so many artists. I think historically, Kurt Schwitters, who was a constructivist, who created this incredible environment in his home was called the Mertzbau Project, and he slowly transformed his living space into an installation. And this is way back in, I think, 1922 to 1936, and it was destroyed in the war. And a New York artist, Nancy Rubens, who creates incredible large installations with things from like mattresses and airplane parts. And I mean, she's gutsy in a way that I wish I could be, and I love her work. And yeah, so those are two people that I think about.
That's
a lot.
really interesting. If you could talk to your former self at 20, what would you say to her?
That's a great question. I think I would say relax, don't sweat it, enjoy your youth. I was so worried at that age that I wasn't on the right track, that I wasn't doing well enough. I had such high expectations, and I look back and think, wow, you have such a big life, so just enjoy the ride. And yeah.
So figure out what you want to do eventually.
Well, yeah, and I think I did. I mean, obviously I did, but I think I was so hard on myself.
What other forms of art have you tried your hand in, and were they as satisfying as what you were doing next?
Another good question. When I went to art school, I did 5 years undergrad, so I went to 2 different art schools, and then I went to did a master's at the University of Guelph. And so I tried everything. I did everything from printmaking and photography and video, painting, life drawing, metal, electronics, woodshop, plastics. I tried everything, and I loved everything, and I think it was really important I think it's important to develop your own sense of creativity through experiencing different things.
Yeah, it's a good time around.
Absolutely.
Do you ever create a piece of art with a particular person in mind?
Not really. One example does come to mind recently, though. I did have a commission for somebody, and so I was thinking of this person when I made the piece, though it was a piece that I had made previously, and I was remaking it. So no, I tend to kind of, by the time you get to the point of making, I think there's an emptying out process where you want to let go of thought and actually just get involved in the actual making.
So the feeling kind of develops as you create the exhibit and develops as you create the art?
Well, it's always different. I think, yeah, it's an abstract, it's a very abstract notion.
Getting that sort of energy out and kind of releasing it.
Yeah, I think you start with, I mean, there's plans, there's ideas, there's a foresight, but then there's also a letting go. And I think with my work, there's a real sense of an in situ, in the gallery experience where I need to be in the space in order to make it happen. I feel very limited, and it could be just how I think. I can only prepare so much outside of the space. I need to be in here. This needs to become my studio.
That makes sense. So for your next project, what is it, if you're able to tell us?
Well, I'm starting to work with shredded paper, so I've bought 2 kind of home office shredders, and I'm doing an installation in Vancouver in a small gallery, and it won't be as large as this, using recycled paper, and then creating a landscape with shredded paper.
That's really neat. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and this is just a reminder that Michelle